Ahoy hoy, I'm Planet Walk, and recently I talked about how Nurthen Thurmpson's YouTube channel was deleted. Now, he is back with a new YouTube channel, and surely he's learnt from the mistakes of his last YouTube channel, right?
You want a flyer? Who else wants a flyer?
Well, clearly, being a flat earther, Nurthen lacks the ability to learn anything. So let's take a look at what Nurthen is up to these days, and I have taken a slight look, and it is funny.
Brian and I are out with his two daughters, cosmology smacking Christians.
Nurthen, don't you have anything better to do, especially seeing as you're with your friend and their children? There are a ton of other stuff that the children would probably find far more enjoyable than flat smacking Christians.
Quick question, you folks know anyone reads the Bible?
No. I do. He said no.
Genesis 1 says there's a firmament with the sun, the moon, the stars in the firmament.
Well, that depends on which translation you use. In this one, there is no mention of a firmament, it just calls it an expanse.
Later, you tell them. She gets right to the point.
You know, it doesn't surprise me that immediately after Nurthen walks up to them and tells them that the earth is flat, they decide to leave. Because I'm guessing that they thought Nurthen was crazy.
No, I did not scratch my hand.
My mom did not tell her that.
No, don't tell your mom.
No, she would do bad.
Yeah, that.
You know, I feel like there's a huge problem with the kids not telling their mum that they believe that the earth is flat. Because I think that the mum doesn't want her kids being told that the earth is flat. And also, this does kind of remind me of something, but I can't quite remember what it is.
Alright, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Would you stop this bullshit?
Ah, that's right, CC and his wife. So yeah, maybe don't tell your kids that the earth is flat if your wife doesn't want you telling your kids that the earth is flat. That's if she is your wife.
You folks wouldn't happen to read a Bible, would you?
Yes, we do.
I've been reading it for about 10 years. 5 years ago, I found out that cosmology in the Bible is different than what they're teaching kids in school.
Way different.
Way different.
Hey Nurthen, here's a little bit of a tip. The Bible isn't exactly a science book, so I wouldn't trust what the Bible has to say about scientific matters. Just a little tip.
180 degrees different.
Complete opposite. So, and then I started a research group. Now we got 140,000 people in the group.
So firstly, Nurthen, your research group isn't a research group. All it does is just post memes about the earth being flat. A real research group would actually go out and do research. And secondly, your Facebook group doesn't have 140,000 people because it got deleted. Remember? Only has about 600 members now.
So if people want to believe in this spinning ball thing, it's a religious belief. It's not scientific. It's not based on reality or biblical. Yeah.
So Nurthen Thurmpson is saying that the globe is a religious belief, with the implication that religious beliefs are bad, yet Christianity isn't a religious belief? Last I checked, Christianity was a religion.
So I just wanted to share with you guys.
So I get the feeling that both of those people just want Nurthen to leave them alone. In fact, it looked like the old guy was about to start packing up, right before Nurthen piped up again.
Are we the first two flat earthers you ever met?
Yeah.
Yes! High five, right? You always remember the first.
I'm not sure that that's something that you should be proud of, Nurthen.
Well,
Sounds crazy to you. We've been there.
Yeah.
We understand it sounds crazy.
but we're already Christians, right? I mean, we think a guy was dead for 3 days, climbed out of a tomb and went to heaven, right? I mean, that alone is pretty wild. So to say, hey, there might be lying about the shape of the earth, big deal, you know, big deal.
Just because you believe something crazy, that doesn't mean that all the crazy beliefs that you hold are true. If I were a Christian, I wouldn't be able to say, well, I guess Santa Claus isn't as crazy as Jesus rising from the dead, so therefore Santa Claus exists. It just doesn't make any sense.
And this is where we meet the NASA employee.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, this is a video where he harasses yet another NASA employee.
Yeah, don't ride off a cliff.
You'll see what we're talking about when you go.
Oh, you must be one of those flat earthers.
I don't get a lot of credit for my comedy, but this was gold. She said there are no cliffs, and I said, you must be one of those flat earthers.
So if you feel the need to point out your own comedy, then spoiler alert, you're not funny. Now, I know that some people will say, but Planet Walk, you sometimes point out your own jokes. And yeah, but in those cases, the joke isn't funny. That's the joke. Wait a second, maybe that's what Nathan's doing. Never mind then.
Part says the Earth is flat right there.
Yep.
You're a smart guy.
Oh, this one says it's flat too.
There's a lot of flat earthers out there. Okay.
Yep. I've met like,
I've never had one.
we're the first.
Again, that's not something that you should be proud of, Nathan.
I have this handy dandy flyer for your, I'm gonna put it in your NASA backpack. Look, this is awesome because I'm filming. Look.
Okay,
In the
we're
NASA
filming.
backpack. Bam.
Sorry, I work for NASA. No, the Earth is not flat.
And that is a reasonable response. If I were to work for NASA, I probably wouldn't bother with researching the shape of the Earth either, because I'd know that it isn't flat.
Well, I've tested it for 5 years.
Well, but I've worked for that for over 20. The Earth is not flat.
Well, what's your best? I've debated a half dozen NASA employees. They all run away.
Oh, no, I'm not running away. I'm just going down.
It's fine. I'll get on my skateboard. I'll meet you up there.
Nathan, why don't you just let her enjoy her bike ride rather than running after her going, "The Earth is flat, the Earth is flat. Tell me why the Earth isn't flat." For what? You think you're really gonna convince someone that works for NASA?
All right, well, I'm gonna go catch up with a NASA employee.
No, they're all around here. They think they know everything.
I know.
As opposed to flat earthers that think that they know everything. The difference between NASA employees and flat earthers is that NASA employees are actively trying to figure out more things about the universe. Flat earthers are just trying to convert people to being flat earthers.
All right, so you're like the 7th NASA employee I've ran into, and I run the largest flat Earth group in the world.
Well, that's wonderful.
So
I have to give a big round of applause to this lady, because that is the perfect response to a flat earther that just randomly comes up to you.
that's fine. You can say I'm wrong. But what is the evidence that I'm wrong? Wait. I want to. She works for NASA.
So does she.
Oh, okay, great. So,
You know what? Get away from me.
So what's the proof?
So Nathan, she's told you twice already to leave her alone. At that point, just drop it and leave her alone.
You said it was proven. I'll talk to you. What's your proof?
Proven in by science.
Now my guess here is that she was going to say something along the lines of, it was proven in ancient times by science. I mean, she's not wrong here, but people slip up and make mistakes in what they say all the time. Like myself. I mean, why do you think there was a jump cut just then?
Science is cause and effect. So how's the shape of the Earth cause and effect?
Well, actually, Nathan, you're wrong there. Science is study of the world through observation and experiment, not just establishing cause and effect. You've been listening to Riley too much.
That's not even a cause and effect relationship. It would just be a simple observation. Either you observe a ball or you observe it flat.
And an observation doesn't make it not science. An observation is still part of science.
They're out
Yeah, no, it's fine.
on a bike ride. We really don't appreciate this.
That's fine. I'll leave. I just think it's funny. Every time I try to talk to a NASA employee, they just
This is not the time.
don't want to talk.
No problem. I'll have a nice talk with you.
So Nathan, that makes it the 4th time they've told you to leave them alone, or something to that effect. And yeah, they just don't want to talk to you. If they really wanted to talk to a crazy person, they would go to the insane asylum, not to the park on a bike ride. They're just wanting to enjoy themselves.
Well, my email's on the flyer.
Got it. I got
I could set up a debate on modern day debate. It's a neutral platform.
Look, Nathan, I don't think she's interested in talking to you at all, so just leave her alone.
It's just all the NASA employees and professors I run into, they just run away.
You know, Nathan, maybe it's not that any of these people are scared of you or anything. Maybe it's that they just don't want to talk to you. Or maybe they just don't want to legitimize you by talking to you.
I'm not running away. I'm on a bike ride.
You told me that earlier. And then I came up here.
So I think that it's very much possible, and I may be wrong here, that she just wants to enjoy her bike ride without having to talk to a flat earther.
While you're riding, I just wanted to know what's your best proof we live on a ball.
You're taping me right now.
Of course, you're in public.
Well, but I don't really want to talk to you right now.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything.
We don't also want to listen to you.
See, they don't want to talk to you and they don't want to listen to you. So that is a cue that you should leave.
I want to point out what she did here, which was volunteer the information she worked for NASA, volunteer the information she thought I was wrong, but then gave no evidence for it and said she didn't want to talk to me. Oh, how convenient.
Well, just because someone tells you that you're wrong, it doesn't mean that suddenly they're obligated to give you their time. Someone can tell you you're wrong and then just walk away.
I'll see you in the next heavily censored and demonetized video.
So I did want to include this little bit at the end because he says, I'll see you in the next heavily censored and demonetized video. Nathan, you have to be monetized to be able to be demonetized. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But here's the thing, I'm not actually going to see Nathan in the next video of Nathan's that I respond to because he's not in it. I actually don't know who's in it. But it's someone being a Karen, so that's going to be fun times. But with that, leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Make sure you ring the bell to make sure that you get notifications of when I post new videos. As always, a big shout out to my $20 or more patrons. What Jesus, Hugh Jarsz, M.C.Nutkin, Jane Spade, Wolfie, Morrie, the Friendly Antinatalist, Graymore Ghost, and KidVicious. If you want to support me financially, you can do so on Patreon. There should be a link there. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Between you and me, thank you for watching. Alright, let's get rid of this. Oh, by the way, congratulations Nathan on winning Dumbfuck of the Year 2020.